Hi, this is Nick with Feeding Fitness. Today I'm going to do part 2 of my video series on creating a personalized weight loss plan. If you haven't already watched part 1, it's right here in the description. Go ahead and watch that one first. If you have watched part 1, then I'm going to go ahead and assume that you got on MyFitnessPal and you started tracking your calories, and I really hope you got a food scale and you're weighing your food, because that's going to make sure that calorie tracking is accurate. Alright, so now you have an idea of how many calories you're taking in every day. I'm sure some of you were surprised by the number you came up with. But anyways, what are we going to do with that number? How are we going to change that number so you start losing some weight? Well, we know from the first video that the way to lose weight is to either decrease your intake, reduce calories, or increase your output, do some activities that burn calories. This week I'm going to kind of suggest that you do both. And the amount you do is kind of up to you, but I'm going to set some guidelines. First of all, how much weight do we want to lose per week? Well, this largely depends on how much weight you have to lose. Most people who are maybe just a little bit overweight, don't have a ton of weight to lose, I want to lose 20 pounds, something like that, 1 to 2 pounds a week. That's what I recommend. I feel like that is a good number to ensure that the weight you lose is fat and not your lean body mass or your muscle. We don't want to be losing muscle. That's not going to make you look better. Alright, if you've got a lot of weight to lose, if you're 50, 60, 70, 100 pounds overweight, you can lose it a little bit faster. 3 to 4 pounds a week is very reasonable for somebody that big. And I also want to point out that the first week, all of you, no matter how big you are, you're probably going to lose more than 1, 2, or 3 pounds. You may lose 5 to 10 pounds your first week. Anytime you start reducing your intake and increasing your output, you will lose a lot of water weight. This isn't really fat. It's not, it's okay if you have a big weight loss number your first week. We'll just kind of ignore that. After the first week, you should settle into a nice 1 to 2 pound loss. So, how much are we going to cut our calories by? A good starting point is just to take what you're eating now and reduce by about 20%. And then we'll see what happens. If you get a nice 1 to 2 pound weight loss with that 20% reduction, we're going to keep going with that number until your weight loss stalls. If you don't get any loss or you're maintaining your weight, next week reduce by another 10 to 20%, so on and so forth until you get to that 1 to 2 pound loss. That is going to be your easiest way to just ensure that you're losing weight. I'm not going to give you a number of calories to eat because everybody's metabolism is different. I personally can cut on 2,500 calories doing a minimal amount of cardio. I know guys who can cut on 3,000 calories. Most of you will not be able to cut on 3,000 calories, so don't get your hopes up. I'm going to cut by 10 to 20%, and we're going to monitor our weight on the scale, knowing that the first week we might lose a lot more than the 1 to 2 recommended pounds of weight loss. Alright, let's talk about the other side of the equation, the move more side. Alright, what is your current level of activity like? Do you do any exercising, or are you a total couch potato? I'm a big advocate of being active. Be as active as possible. If you can do some kind of exercise 6 days a week, that's great. I think you should always have one day that you kind of chill out and you kind of take it easy. But if you can do activity 6 days a week, great. Personally, when I cut, I lift weights 3 days a week and I do some form of cardio 3 days a week. You don't have to do any cardio. I know some of you hate cardio. You don't have to. But the more cardio you do, the more calories you'll be able to take in every week. So if you're the kind of person who doesn't really mind restricting their calories, then that's okay. You can skip the cardio. But I know most of you probably are going to want to eat more food because you're going to get hungry. So you might want to do a little bit of cardio. Plus it's good for you cardiovascular wise. So what kinds of activities can you do? Really anything. As far as cardio goes, I like to jog. If you've never been into running or jogging or anything like that, and you want to know how to kind of work yourself up, I'm suggesting the Couch to 5K program. I'll put a link in the description for that. It's a great program to get you basically from couch potato status to running a 5K in like 9 to 10 weeks. Works really well. I did it myself. It was one of the first things I started doing when I started to lose weight. And it's great. You know, if you get to the point where you're running a 5K 3 times a week, that's, you know, just going to do your body better, and that's going to help burn additional calories. You can ride bike, swim. I mean, you guys know what cardio is. Really anything you want to do. Even going on a long walk, that is a form of cardio. If you really hate running, you don't want to do any of that stuff, go on an hour-long walk 3 times a week. That's not going to burn a ton of calories, but it's more than nothing. So I also recommend that you start a weightlifting program, especially if you have a lot of weight to lose. There are some important reasons why. One, and most important, when you're going to lose weight, you want to ensure that it's fat. Now, I already said if you lose the weight slowly, that's going to be one way to ensure that it's fat and not your lean body mass or your muscle. Now, the other thing that's going to be important to ensure that is that you are lifting weights. Now, I'm not going to go into a specific weightlifting program for you guys to do. There's a lot of programs out there. The one I'll go ahead and recommend is a novice program set up by Jason Blaha at Ice Cream Fitness. I'm just going to link to his video right here. It's a great program, and it's better than anything I'm going to be able to come up with, so I'm just going to give you the link to his. It's heavy barbell training and dumbbell training. It's good for men and women. Yes, women, you can lift weights and you can lift heavy weights, and it's not going to make you all bulky. If you want the toned look like so many women are after, weightlifting is a key component to that. But check out his program. If you're not sure how to do some of the lifts, go ahead and just search YouTube for videos on there. There are videos on how to do basically every lift imaginable. So this week, we're going to cut our calories by 10 to 20%. We're going to do some form of cardio, and we're going to start lifting weights. Now, I know this might seem like a lot. Some of you might be saying, I don't have time to do this. Okay, I'm going to call bullshit. Lifting weights 3 days a week for about an hour a day, and doing cardio 3 days a week for about a half an hour is really only about 2 or 3% of your total week. That's it. That's all I'm asking for. 2 to 3% of your total week. That's nothing. You can even combine them on the same day if you really want to. I would suggest lifting one day, running the next, or cardio the next, but if you must, do them on the same day because you just don't have time to, you know, do it every single day. Lift first. This is very important. Don't expend all your energy doing your cardio and then you do a half-assed weightlifting workout. I want you to lift first. So we've got our assignment for this week. Next video, I'm going to get into what you should be eating to fill these calories. It's very important. If you just simple caloric reduction will cause weight loss, period. But there are ways to optimize that by counting how many carbs, fats, and proteins you're taking in. And I'm going to describe how you can calculate what you need to be taking in as far as carbs, fats, and proteins. That'll be the next video, and after that you should be pretty well set onto a basic weight loss plan. Further videos will explain some more intricacies and more of the complex stuff that's involved with dieting and weight loss. But really, after part 3, you should have all the tools you need to really start losing weight effectively. If you liked the video, please give me the thumbs up. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel, and go ahead and ask any questions in the comments below, or come over to the Facebook page, facebook.com/feedingfitness. And then I can help answer any of your questions if you are unsure about anything we talked about here. I'll see you next time.